You're tuning into News at 10 with me, Renee Fong. The government will continue to cultivate an ecosystem that enables businesses to thrive and make Malaysia an attractive investment destination. According to Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin, the COVID-19 pandemic should not be an excuse for insularity and inward-looking policies, as the government would also pursue policies that ensure favourable market conditions for Malaysian exports.
Truly, as a developing country with strong global linkages, Malaysia is a firm believer of free, fair and open trade and investment. As a Prime Minister, I wish to take this opportunity to offer my ardent assurance that Malaysia was, is and will always be a country that is pro-business, pro-trade and pro-investment. My government will continue to cultivate an ecosystem that enables businesses to thrive and makes Malaysia an attractive investment destination.
Speaking at the Virtual World Chinese Economic Summit today, the Premier said in the collective pursuit of this elusive balance, it is vital for governments around the world to continue to remain true to fundamental philosophies and rules that govern international trade, which in turn provide certainty and predictability for businesses. He added that protectionism and unilateralism must be resisted and unimpeded flows of cross-border goods and services must be allowed, ensuring minimal disruptions to regional and global supply chains. Malaysia's economic recovery can currently be measured by 4 key indicators which will act as the benchmark for the country's economic revival next year. Deputy Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Arthur Joseph Kurup, said the 4 indicators are the retail sector, hotel accommodation, crude palm oil prices, as well as SMR20 rubber price. Explaining further, he said with several sectors have started to show a gradual recovery, the government believes that it can achieve the gross domestic product GDP growth target of between 6.5% and 7.5% next year.
Kadar penginapan hotel di seluruh negara meningkat kepada 24.3% selepas PKPB ditamatkan dan aktiviti merentas negeri mula dibenarkan. Ketiga, harga minyak sawit mentah telah kembali mencecah paras melebihi ringgit Malaysia 3,000 per tan pada bulan November ini, iaitu ringgit Malaysia 3,422 ringgit per tan. Keempat, harga getah SMR 20 meningkat ke paras tertinggi kepada ringgit Malaysia 6.33 sen sekilogram pada bulan November. Semua indikator ini mula menunjukkan bahawa ekonomi kita sedang dalam proses baik pulih. Khususnya dalam peningkatan harga komoditi juga akan meningkatkan pendapatan boleh guna pekebun dan rakyat.
Speaking at the Dewan Negara, the Deputy Minister expressed confidence that the strategies and initiatives taken by the government will not only restore the country's economy but also protect the well-being of the people. The aspect of people's data security is the government's main focus in developing the National Digital Identity Framework. Communications and Multimedia Minister Datuk Saifuddin Abdullah said the ministry will continue to ensure a high level of trust among the rakyat towards the technology introduced before moving to undertake digital transformation.
Ia mengesahkan identiti seseorang individu berdasarkan ciri-ciri biometrik dan maklumat demografik bagi memastikan urusan perkhidmatan, terutamanya dalam talian, dapat dilaksanakan dengan cepat, mudah, selamat, terlindung dan terjamin, dan ini sebagai tambahan kepada MyCard yang dilaksanakan secara fizikal. Selain itu, ia juga berpotensi mengelakkan berlakunya jenayah pemalsuan dan penipuan identiti secara dalam talian.
The ministry, through Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission (MCMC), had also conducted a study and public consultation in order to develop the framework from 21st November last year until 31st August 2020. Furthermore, the government had agreed to form a governance structure to coordinate the strategic implementation and promotion of the national digital identity. There will be no electricity supply cut for domestic users in the peninsula and Sabah who have less than 6 months arrears from 1st January to 31st March next year. Energy and Natural Resources Minister Dr. Shamsul Anwar Nazara said this category of consumers will be given the facility to schedule payment installments for 6 months from 1st January to 30th of June.
Saya percaya melalui pelaksanaan inisiatif ini, sejumlah 6.94 juta pengguna domestik di Semenanjung dan lebih kurang 500,000 pengguna domestik di Sabah dianggap layak menikmati faedah yang saya umumkan ini.
Speaking to media after attending the ministry's monthly assembly in Putrajaya, the minister said consumers who have arrears for more than 6 months could still consult Tenaga Nasional Berhad and Sabah Electricity Sdn Berhad to make payments in installments to avoid power cut. In other development, Dr. Shamsul Anwar said the 2021 electricity tariff for industrial and domestic consumers will be announced this week. MOH monitoring new UK strain as daily cases breach 2,000 today. Former Federal Territories Minister Datuk Seri Tengku Adnan Tengku Mansor has been sentenced to 12 months jail and a 2 million ringgit fine by the Kuala Lumpur High Court after he was found guilty of graft. Judge Muhammad Zaini Mazlan, in handing down the punishment, explained that the prosecution had proved its case beyond a reasonable doubt. However, the judge also granted Datuk Seri Tengku Adnan's application for a stay of execution of the jail term and fine pending his appeal. Datuk Seri Tengku Adnan, or better known as Kok Nan, was charged in his capacity as a public servant, namely Minister of Federal Territories, with having received for himself a total of 2 million ringgit from a businessman, Tan Sri Chai Kin Kong, which was deposited into a CIMB account owned by Tad Mansuri Holdings, Sdn Berhad. He was accused of committing the offence at CIMB Bank Berhad of Pusat Bandar Damansara branch here on 14th June 2016 under Section 165 of the Penal Code, which carries an imprisonment of up to 2 years or a fine or both if convicted. The trial began since 2nd July 2019, involving a total of 23 prosecution witnesses. On 14th October 2019, the High Court instructed Datuk Seri Tengku Adnan to enter defence after the prosecution successfully proved the prima facie on him. The defence proceeding was conducted on 17th January and 5th March this year. The Kuala Lumpur Sessions Court today set 31 days beginning June next year to hear the trial of former Penang Chief Minister Lim Guan Eng, who is facing 4 charges involving the construction of the undersea tunnel project in Penang. Judge Azura Alwi set the date after allowing Deputy Public Prosecutor Wan Shaharuddin Wan Ladin's application for all the charges against Lim 58 to be heard together. Wan Shaharuddin also informed the court that the prosecution would call between 80 to 90 witnesses in the trial of the 4 cases. Earlier, Lim pleaded not guilty to 2 amended charges made under Section 16, Subsection A, Subsection A, and Section 23 of the MACC Act, which were read out to him. On the first count, Lim was charged with using his position as the Penang Chief Minister then for gratification amounting 3.3 million ringgit as an inducement for helping helping a company belonging to Datuk Zarul Ahmad Muhammad Zulkifli to secure the undersea tunnel project valued at 6.3 million ringgit. On the second amended charge, Lim was charged in his capacity as the Chief Minister of Penang to have solicited bribes amounting to 10% of the profits from Datuk Zarul to be earned by the company as gratification for helping it to secure the project. The Bagan Member of Parliament also faced two charges with causing two plots of land worth 208.8 million ringgit belonging to the Penang government to be disposed of two companies which are linked to the state's undersea tunnel project. Enhanced Movement Control Order EMCO will be imposed on the Justin Correctional Centre and staff quarters in Malacca beginning tomorrow to 4th January next year. According to Senior Minister for Security, Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, the decision was made following a surge of COVID-19 cases in the areas, especially among the inmates. The senior minister said the move would affect 771 people comprising 603 detainees and 168 staff as well as their family members. He noted that the restrictions enforced at the correctional centre would be similar to the regulation announced previously, including no movement in or out, and family members were not allowed to visit. He added that the Health Ministry had conducted 1,251 screening tests as of 19th December, which revealed a total of 133 confirmed COVID-19 cases. The number of active COVID-19 cases now stands at 16,496 after 1,084 recoveries and 2,018 new infections were reported in the last 24 hours. Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah said Selangor still leads with the highest number of COVID-19 infections per state today at 1,204 cases. The latest figures reported bring the total number of COVID-19 cases in the country to 95,327, while a total of 78,393 patients have been treated and discharged from hospitals. A total of 109 patients are being treated in the intensive care unit, with 55 of them requiring ventilators. The Health DG also said one death was reported today, bringing the total fatalities related to COVID-19 to 438. He also reported that the number of active clusters rose to 201 after 6 were declared inactive, while another 8 were discovered in Selangor, Kuala Lumpur, Pulau Pinang, Pahang, Putrajaya and Labuan. Meanwhile, the Health DG said the Health Ministry is closely monitoring the development of a new COVID-19 strain detected in United Kingdom, which was reported as highly infectious.
Okay. The new strain now in UK, they noted about 70% infectivity. So we are still watching closely. And but more important, those returnees from UK will be tested and then will be quarantined for a period of 10 days. So that's what we have been doing, and we hope that that will be sufficient. But we will step up our surveillance for those who are returning from UK.
Noting the high rate of infectivity of the new strain, Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham explained that the ministry is focusing on containing the spread of the deadly virus, as he likened the new strains with the D614G type mutation of COVID-19 that was discovered in Kedah involving the Sivaganga, Tawar and Sungai clusters back in August. Screening will soon be conducted on all staff at Tengku Ampuan Rahimah Hospital in Klang, Selangor following the recent spike in COVID-19 cases at the facility. Selangor Menteri Besar Datuk Sri Amiruddin Syari said the decision was made in a meeting with the State Health Department after considering the rise in cases among the hospital staff. Elaborating further on the matter, he said the Health Department will examine the best mechanism available in order to ensure that the health screenings can be conducted smoothly.
Pihak Jabatan Kesihatan memang kurangkan dan elakkan orang melawat pesakit-pesakit sebagai contoh. Tapi tak apa, ini bukan kali pertama ada berlaku di hospital dan saya percaya benda itu akan diatasi. Saya dalam 1-2 hari ini saya akan lihat langkah-langkah susulan termasuk menyaring semua pekerja-pekerja ataupun petugas-petugas di hospital Tengku Ampuan Rahimah Kelang.
As of yesterday, there were 143 positive cases at the hospital involving 62 health personnel and 81 patients. The government's decision to purchase the COVID-19 vaccine has brought comfort and relief to the people, including those who were infected with the virus previously. The procurement has created positive responses among the rakyat, especially the traders whose businesses have been affected by the pandemic outbreak. Some of them express hope that with the vaccine, the economic sector will soon recover and the people can safely conduct their daily routines while complying with the standard operating procedures set to prevent the spread of COVID-19.
Langkah kerajaan di dalam pembelian vaksin COVID-19 adalah langkah yang terbaik dan memujakan di dalam kita membasmi COVID-19 di negara kita. Inilah hasrat yang terbaik daripada kerajaan untuk rakyat, di mana pembelian vaksin COVID-19 ini juga dapat menghentikan penurunan COVID-19. Kalau kita melihat data statistik sentiasa meningkat daripada hari ke hari dan sebagainya.
Dan amat mengalu-alukan daripada pihak kerajaan untuk mempercepatkan vaksin virus COVID-19 ini, kerana walaupun kita ada perniagaan online, jadi secara tak langsung juga kita berdepan dengan offline. Jadi lebih baik kita duduk di rumah dulu sebelum vaksin ini keluar. Jaga diri masing-masing, stay at home.
Bagus, memang elok menepati keadaan kita sekarang ni lah. Memang kita perlukan benda-benda tu, vaksin semua tu, sebab dia boleh macam kita semua tengah macam keadaan ni agak kritikal kan. Kalau ada vaksin tu kira bagus untuk kita. Kira keputusan kerajaan tu memang bagus lah untuk kita sebagai rakyat ni.
The Education Ministry has identified a total of 25 six-school projects nationwide which require immediate attention by the government to ensure that the long-abandoned projects could be soon completed. According to its minister, Dr. Rasmi, the ministry is currently examining which projects to be prioritized, apart from making sure that the selected contractors are capable of completing them within the stipulated time frame.
Dia ada dua kategori. Yang sakit ni kadang-kadang dia lambat sikit. Walaupun dia berjalan slow sangat. Tapi yang kita bagi tumpuan ni yang dah terbengkalai ni. Yang ni satu hal ni. Dah terbengkalai lebih lama, terbengkalai lebih banyak rosak. Yang sakit ni kadang-kadang behind schedule jauh sangat dan sebagainya. Yang tu kita teliti, kita pantau supaya ianya dapat dilaksanakan mengikut perancangan asal.
Commenting on the abandoned Sekolah Sukan Malaysia Perlis project, he said the new contractor is scheduled to begin work in January next year and the project is expected to be completed in 2023. Evening's news at 10. In our top story, government strives to make Malaysia attractive to investors. Join us again for more updates at 12:30 p.m. tomorrow. I'm Renee Fong. Stay tuned to saluran Berita RTM. Good night.
Collection here in the